welcome back everybody to another episode of V-Time, episode 155. We got an interesting episode for you today. We finally get to see some Dragontree cards, a couple of extra triple rares for Bastion and other goodies from set 9, as well as a couple extra news on the Messiah Stride deck set.
A lot of information and a lot more questions.
Pretty much, but we got to get all this show started, so without further ado, let's get the show on the road. But before that, if you're interested in buying any cards from TCG Player, please use our affiliate link down below.
Your purchase through this link helps support the channel, so we make more great videos like this straight to you guys.
And with that script part out of the way, let's go straight into the links, starting us off with some commons like always. Alex, take it away.
I feel like...
Yes, I know. I ran with it, right?
Stalwart Lance Dragon. It's a grade 3 common. Auto rearguard. When this unit hits a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, you can choose 2 of your opponent's rearguards and retire them. Well, at least it hits 2 instead of 1, so this is pretty decent for a common.
You're not wrong. If you can throw this in any deck just to put some extra pressure, it's honestly not a bad card.
Yeah.
You're just finding a space for it. Like, for example, Tom Mayer is never going to put this in. There's no space.
This is the only deck that really uses is Eugene, but even then, he really only Merit I see to use, and this is during the main phase, and he doesn't work in the main phase. So
yeah. But that's why we just move on to some Dark States rares. We saw a grade 1 8K rare for Dark States called Free Source Yaochua. Very much butcher that name. I believe this is going to be one card to support the new ride line that we're going to see in set 8, because her ability is auto. When this unit is put into your soul from rearguard, cost Counterblast 1 and put this card into your hand. Overall, not a bad card. Like, argument can be made. Lukier can definitely use this. She is one of the ones that can easily put it in. Technically, Barrow Magnus can use this, but Counterblast is a heavy cost, and just add a 5k to hand, it's kind of like oof.
If you really want the hand and greed on, you could use it, but Counterblast again is pretty heavy there.
Exactly. So overall, I think the new Ryland can very much utilize this, but we're going to have to see what the thing does. And again, just adding a 5k to hand doesn't seem that... A 5k shield to be specific doesn't seem that much beneficial.
So I can see this in greed on for the simple fact of you have a body you can use again next turn if you don't use your card with it.
You're not wrong. If you're smart with greed on and CB management, this could be a very useful card. I will say I won't judge it completely until set 9 comes out completely, because to kind of bring back some memories, remember set 5 and that grade 3 dragon for Tamahira?
Oh yeah, it was a staple. So, anyways, this could be the bee's knees.
Anyway, going to move on to some Keter. So Tuesday's stream showed us some Keter double rares, triple rares, and commons. And these are all technically support for Bastion. Ain't that right?
Yeah. Surprisingly pretty decent ones too. Start off with the grade 1, Knight of Heavenly Signs with Fleece.
I think it is, because I wanted to say waffles, and I think you got closer.
When this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, if you have a Vanguard with Bastion in this card name, choose any number of your grade 3 or greater rear guards and move them to the Guardian Circle, and all of the move units get shield +5 until the end of that battle.
So it's a shield card, and it's a grade 1.
That you're running in a deck that wants nothing but grade 3s.
And then once you get rid of your grade 3s, you need to replace those grade 3s for other grade 3s that you potentially might not have in hand.
I don't know how I feel about this card. It's nice that you get more shield options, but
it feels forced.
It does feel forced.
But that's why we got 2 good cards for Bastion, ain't that right?
Yeah, this is... I'll be honest. I think this and the triple rare should have been flopped.
You're not wrong.
So they got another grade 3 double rare, Decisive Heavenly Axe, Delbury. Auto rearguard. When this unit attacks or the boosted attack hits the Vanguard. Look, like when this unit attacks, or
basically when it attacks or when the attack get boosted hits.
That, yes. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Search your deck for up to 1 card named Bastion in its card name, or reveal it to your opponent. Put it into your hand, and if the unit is in the back row, you can retire this unit.
It isn't or can, you have to. So if this unit is in the back row when you do this ability and get a Bastion, you have to retire it.
But you know the fun part about this is if you give it boost, just put it behind the Vanguard,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, I didn't drive check a Bastion. Let me look at more.
Not wrong. You're not wrong. Overall, this card is really good. I do like the fact that it looks at how many? 7, which is, always a magic number.
Yes, it's always good. Look at S. Tamiyara. 7's a good number for searching.
And then on top of that, it just puts pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the double rare. You'd think the triple rare would be better.
But how does it get the boost?
You mean Dark Strains is back at 4?
Dark Strains back at 4, but you might not need it because you got Brave on Sky Trimmer, Rondalia, yeah, that. I wanted to say Radalina, and I'm like, that's not Radalina. It's a grade 3 triple rare act rear guard. If you have a Vanguard with Bastion in its card name, put this card into your soul. Choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets continuous Vanguard. All of your grade 3 rear guards get boost until the end of turn. Hey, look at Dark Strain. But
instead of Soul Blast, it's put to soul.
Yes, and then act soul cost. Put this unit into your drop. Choose one of your grade 3 rear guards, and it gets boost until the end of turn. So even after you use it, you can still give boost to things by soul blasting it.
Pretty much. Overall, so not a really bad card. It needs to be tested out in practice because on paper it sounds really good.
Yeah, I mean I can see you go. I'm going to Alden. I'm going to call this out with Alden, and then I'll put it back in the soul to pay for the cost, and then everything has boost for the turn.
Pretty much. I will say. It kind of feels weird to use this card when there's a triple rare from the previous time we got Bastion support that literally just says if you have 6 units, it gains boost.
Yeah.
So whenever we do this video, when it comes out, you're going to watch something stupid.
I mean, I know where it's going to get useful is if you have that card that gains boost. Mm-hmm. You can at least soul blast this later down the road after it's in your soul.
Exactly.
To give something else boost. So you don't have to dig to put this on rear guard.
Overall, it's really good to see Bastion getting some more love. I feel like Bastion has other problems to keep up with current decks, but maybe some other rares and comments can fix that. Now, before we move on to next cards, I will say the art on Rondalia is actually fucking amazing. Like, effect-wise and being a triple rare and all that, it's beautiful. But you think she's also on a playmat. But you know what else is on a playmat? All the old legacy playmats from Zero Damage Gaming that are currently back on sale at zerodamagegaming.com.
Yeah, man. Go check out the website. Man, they got there's some fun stuff over there. You might be able to find like a Luard to match your Bastion deck.
Exactly. They got a lot of good options. A lot of old playmat designs are coming back, as well as new ones are still getting added. Like, for example, the Gravidia one that just came in.
Or you can get your, I think it has like a Risque Blaster in there too. That works really well.
And Dark. Blaster, Blade, and Dark.
Yes.
But if you want them, go check them out. Use code TopDeckHeroes for a discount. But with that being said, we're going to move on to see what else we got in the drops. Like I mentioned with that playmat of Gravidia did get some support. And we're actually going to look at the grade 2 that got showed in the PV animation. And that is Gravidia Galguenier. I actually said that right.
Yeah, I think you did.
It's a grade 2 common with the ability auto. When this card is put into your soul from deck, if you have a Vanguard Nordlinger in its card name, you may call this card to back row rear guard. I do not understand this card one bit.
Okay, so let me tell you how this card's great. All right.
Okay.
So Brent Gate has an order that allows your grade 2s to boost. Mm-hmm. And all of your meteors soul charge. Mm-hmm. So anytime you soul charge with your meteor, you have a chance to pull this back out of your soul.
All right.
So you can have a constant boost 10k booster most of the time without having to use resources to call things down. Or in the early game, if you somehow magically soul charge this, is just a free 10k attacker in the early game.
You're not
because you can move it
wrong. I can see the definite potential with this in pure Gravidia. Mm-hmm. And we're going to just think about pure Gravidia right now. Forget Gravidia Orphis, the optimal and all that shit. Mm-hmm. Like, I can kind of get it. But at the same time, whenever you decide to soul charge for a meteor for Gravidia, usually it's because you want that soul to do other effects. So pulling this out of Soul, it's like, well, I just Soul Charge. I wanted that Soul, but I guess I'll take a unit.
But there's also those times where you just, you decide, do I really want to Soul Charge? And you choose not to Soul Charge. Sometimes you can be like, well, I can Soul Charge and possibly get a rear guard out of it.
I feel like this card has a lot more going for it with the other cards going to be for Gravidia in this set.
Yes.
Because I doubt this is the only thing.
No. This is a common, and we already saw that there was another card in the PV alongside of this. So there's something that's going to set up with this. Obviously.
Exactly.
But I can already see potential how it is out of the gate being useful.
Exactly. Anyway, we're going to move on to more Keter cards. Another common for Keter. Simple, straightforward. Alex, take it away.
Cut off Angel, grade 1. If continuous Guardian Circle, if your opponent's Vanguard is a grade 2 or greater, this unit gets shield +5. Can we just get grade 10k grade 1 bases back again?
We technically have one. It's in Brandgate.
No. I'm talking about like on the card, not effect, just the actual shield value.
Again, I think we have one. It's in Brandgate.
Oh, we do? Oh.
I think. It's a grade 1 that's a 10k base of power as well as shield.
Well, if the mean going around about set 7 in English is true, technically you can pull one in Stoicheia.
Jesus Christ. Anywho, I think this is the new staple common for this set. The generic, any deck can run this card, like we saw with the 13k boosters in previous sets.
Yeah, I was going to say last cycle was 13k boosters, now it's 10k shields.
Which honestly is not bad. Like some decks could really use 10k shields.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, time to get to the spice. Ooh, Thursday stream happened. You see Alex already getting ready and prepped. We saw some Dragon Empire cards revealed from the set that were shown in the PV, as well as some Dragon Empire promos that got revealed. So a lot of Dragon Empire. And some of these cards are very misleading. Some of these cards are fucking amazing. So Alex, take it away.
I'd definitely love to talk about this one because we got Desolate Spark Dragon. It's a grade 2 double rare. Auto rear guard. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you Persona Road this turn, cost Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. And this unit gets power +5 until the end of that battle. And then your opponent chooses 3 normal units from their drop zone and bind them.
Well, then that just happened.
I love how we have Narukami units and they're going back to binding. Also, I like the fact that this in premium alongside the other card that also bind 3 cards, just making Eradicators the dumbest thing in this earth.
I will say I'm a little bit concerned because not only did we see in set 8 a card that's bind 3 cards from your drop zone, now we see another card in set 9 that's also buying 3 cards from your drop zone. We're seeing a lot of these weird bind mechanics. I'll tell you right now, they do not work with Shoujo Doji. He does not want to bind your opponent's stuff for any benefits.
These are big hints to a deck that's just gonna mass bind your opponent's drop for something. Is it
gonna be the thing? Hold up. Is it gonna be connected to this next card? Please tell me it's gonna be connected to this next card.
Oh, that would be hilarious if it is. So we finally got one of the interesting artworks.
The corrupted units, the Dragontree units, so one of the 5 from every nation units.
Yes, that. We got the first one of the bunch. We got a grade 1 for Dragon Empire. Fallen of the Dragontree Draco Vertical. Auto when this unit is placed on rear guard. Cost. Counterblast 1. Choose one of your rear guard circles that has no Dragontree marker and put one Dragontree marker on it. We'll get to that. Auto rear guard once per turn. When your opponent's rear guard is retired on your main phase. Cost Soul Blast 1. Look at the top 5 from cards from your top of your deck. Choose up to 1 grade 1 card, call it to rear guard, and shuffle your deck.
Yay, make a board.
So we get to finally have markers, and I think it's official now that Overdress is the new premium format where it can has everything. We have tokens, we have markers now, we have strides, we have...
But the Dragontree marker is very interesting because, yes, it is basically a marker and it is very reminiscent of V-Series because the Dragontree marker goes a little something like this. This represents a Dragontree marker and cannot be put into your deck. nice little reminder text, but this is the nitty gritty. During your turn, if you have a Vanguard with Dragontree or Redacted in its card name, all units on this circle get power 5k. So
when it says redacted, it's just a giant box of blue text blanking it out. So we don't know what it means. You're trying to hide it.
Exactly. So they're trying to hide it. And for those who watch the video, sorry, podcast listeners, here's the description. Drago Vertical, the grade 1, the corrupted unit, his reminder text is also redacted.
Yep.
So they're trying to hide something.
Yep. There's something big in the background going. But this also gives kind of an insight to what we were kind of hinting at, that, you know, these are going to be nation-specific cards. So we're going to have another fun game ruling probably where the Vanguard allows you to play all these cards in your deck.
It's basically going to be a combination of Giza and Gladios. Let's be real. It's going to be a combination of Giza and Gladios.
I'm calling it now. The Vanguard, the main grade 3 for this deck is going to be nationless.
Oh, 100. That's basically confirmed. Yeah. You know how? Look at set 8 and Calamity cards.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, because your Vanguard is going to be nationless, means you can play all nations in it.
I have one concern, however, and I need to just check it real quick, and I don't know how to check it. Hold up. Because if you look at the marker, again, what do you notice from the marker?
Is that a nation on the bottom of it?
I don't know. That's the problem. The wiki technically hasn't updated the marker on their site yet, so we're flying a little bit blind here. But yeah, there's something on the bot. I think that doesn't say Dragon Empire, by the way, because Dragon Empire is just a long ass fucking word. So I don't know what that says at the bottom. The fact that it's in a red color is a little bit concerning, but at the same time, I have no clue.
Fair.
So more fun stuff to kind of figure out as we go along. But before we can figure out what this thing does and the nationalist card and whatever else, we're going to have to wait and see what the other 4 do, what the main unit does, and anything else. I do want to point out the grade 1, when it sees something retired, it works well with the double rare, because the double rare does retire and then bind from drop.
Also, I just want to point out something to somebody. If anybody from any case split decides they want to make this deck, have fun. You had to take your triple rare from every nation now.
Pretty much. The case split for this is going to be a nightmare. Anyway, we're going to move on to the promos for Dragon Empire. Now, Alex, I'm sorry I have to rob you from this. The wiki, for some reason, has not updated these cards on there.
I can just talk about how great Rising Nova is.
Exactly. So we're going to talk about 2 promos. One was for stealth, technically, while the other one is for Overlord. And we're going to look at the stealth card first. That is called, let me just make sure, Genma Stealth Fiend Megalonozuchi. Big ass name needs a big ass effect. So we're starting off with 3 effects, one by one. This is a grade 3, however, let me point that out. And the first effect goes something like this. Act Vanguard, once per turn cost. There are 1 or more cards in your soul as part of the cost, which means it has like a condition inside of cost. And bind any number of cards from your soul. This unit gets continuous Vanguard. This unit gets the card names of all face-up grade 1 or greater stuff cards in your bind zone until the end of turn.
Oh, it says grade 1 or greater stealth?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. We can't break it.
No, we were trying to break it. I think they finally updated it properly. So it does say grade 1 or greater stuff cards.
Okay.
We'll elaborate later. Anyway, second ability. Act Vanguard. Once per turn, cost Cannibalize 1 and put 2 rear guards into your soul. Search your deck for up to 2 cards, with the same card name as this unit. Call them to rear guard, and those units get power 5k until the end of turn. Shuffle your deck. So another act ability. And then last ability, Continuous Vanguard. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, all of your units with the same card name as this unit and has stealth in their card names can attack from the back row. Right, this card is not as stupid as we first initially read it.
It's still stupid, but not as like, oh, this is going to be the funnest deck building deck ever.
To elaborate, I made 2 mistakes here. I think Alex only made 1. Both of us made the mistake of thinking that this gains the name of anything in the bind zone. It doesn't have to have stealth. Clarification, it does have to have stealth. It only gains grade 1 or greater card names with stealth in their card name. We're trying to break it with combining like Eugene and other stuff. Can you imagine if you can have Bavsagar and Eugene at the same time in his name? You can not only restand the Vanguard, but also have arms on it.
Also, on top of that, you could also use the promo for Eugene to stack what you call it,
the top deck.
Top deck your deck. Or you can just, find a way to put Soul Charge a grade 4 Varina to clone grade 4 Varinas from your deck.
Pretty much. Now, I will say this. The second ability, search your deck for up to 2 cards with the same card name as this unit, call them to rearguard, is a lot more tame now because it can't copy that grade 4 Varina. It can't copy other cards. I also misread this. I thought this was an auto ability to enable more multi-attack. No, it is not.
No. But on the bright note, it does give the units +5. Which I missed the first time. So that does make this a lot better because now you can have a Fort Tail in your bind zone. Mm-hmm. Call out Fort Tails as 13s and set up your soul for other things later down the road that you can bind.
Basically, his second ability calls stuff to the back row, in all honesty, and gives it 5k so the things in the back row can attack. Because you got your grade 3 triple rare stealth card anyway that's going to gain 10k from its own ability because it sees 2 rear guards hit the soul.
And if you call it off of this, not only are you going to draw 2 cards and get +10, but they're also going to be 28k bodies.
Correct. So overall, this is basically an upgrade to Sojidoji. This is like a second option. You either Persona ride or you go into this.
No. You either put this in your ride line and hope that you can use Fort Tails to soul charge Sojidoji. Well, actually, no, you don't even have to worry about that. Because if I remember right, I don't think any of them require his specific name, just Sojidoji. So you just run the ride line and bind one of the ride line you're set.
You're not wrong. Hold on. You're the fuck not wrong. Damn it, you're not wrong. Shit.
So you don't have to run the grade 3 at all for Sojidoji. You just have to run this.
Shit, you're not
wrong. But the fun part is you can build this like Overlord and run Sojidoji as your grade 3 for your ride line, and then later on just ride this.
Look, I'll leave the deck building of this to you. You got a lot easier deck building with this promo than I ever had with any other grade 3 promo we were doing.
We built Graham Grace, but we felt like we tried to build that one together. I did not by myself.
Dude, Graham Grace was also pretty easy because Keter has more than enough cards that either look, search, draw, and all that. You know how difficult it was to build that grade 3 promo that runs nothing but grade 3s? Because none of the grade 3s wanted to work with each other. Jesus.
Fair enough.
Christ. All right, but there is, like we said, one more promo, and that is for a Dragon Empire. And this time, it's a form of a grade 2 Alder Hatchet Dragon. It's a grade 2 10k. And it has the following 2 abilities. Continuous Guardian Circle. If there is a card with Overlord and its card name in your soul, this unit gets 5k shield, making a 10k shield overall. And then it has Act Rearguard. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, retire this unit, choose a grade 3 card with Overlord and its card name from your drop, and put it into your soul.
So, how dangerously do you like to live with Overlord? Is the question, because if you don't mind losing your hand from drive checks, you can risk not seeing Overlords and then go for this to get the end in your ride line.
True,
because I think it just loses his. You have to discard cards and you don't get extra drive checks.
Yes, the end does discard 2 cards to restand and lose the drive check. If you have a Dragonic Overlord, specifically his name in soul, not Dragonic Overlord at the end, you have to have the original one in soul. You don't lose any drive checks.
Mm-hmm. And you also don't lose the power from it too, because you don't get the +5.
Correct. Yeah. Now, it's debatable if this card is good or not, because it turns into PBO. It can turn into PBO, but unlike PBO, where you can run PBO in ride line and then find a PBD and put it to soul, you really can't do this as efficiently with this deck. Run the end and then hope to find Dragonic Overlord and put him to soul, because now you're bumping up your Dragonic Overlord counts by 3. You're taking out other cards to put this in, Yes, it's a 10k shield, but at the same time, this is the only card you need to see to put Draconic Overlord into Soul. And you still need to see a Draconic Overlord. The reason PBO works is you have Drilling Angel, you have the main, you have the other promo that's a counter +1 from hand put to Soul. You have more cards to do the thing. Dragon Empire only has one.
But, I mean, this is an option. I'm sure somebody out there is going to solve it and make it work.
We'll see. I am glad that promos are coming back as, yes, this is a very interesting option, but not necessary. Instead of, I can't play my deck without this promo.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We're going to look at some Stagglers, or well, technically one Staggler to finish this off from set 9, and it is a card for Magnolia, technically, since it is a Sylvanhorn.
Sylvanhorn Beast Rishari. It's a grade 1 common. Continuous rearguard during the 6th battle of this turn or more. It gets power +10.
I mean, that's it.
Oh, it's on your turn, by the way, not your opponent's.
Yeah, but still, it's literally just an 18k on the 6th battle. That's it.
I mean, it's a common.
I mean, granted, on grade 4 Maggie, it's a 23k grade 1.
Yeah, but there's other things that are better at 23 at that slot. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Now, granted, if you look at whole Stochea, you can technically run this in Rora and have it like the last attack. You could technically run this in Flagberg and have it as the last attack. You could technically run this in Maelstrom and have it as the last attack.
Not in Row. Row only gets up to 5.
No, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, Rowan only gets to 5, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Maelstrom, Flagberg, and Maggie. That's it. Yeah. Am I missing a Stochea deck? No, Zorga. Yeah, Zorga's never getting over 3. Let's be honest here.
Nor is Leonorn.
Nope.
And I doubt the new deck's gonna get there either.
Nope. But no, it is still Sylvanhorn. Well, it's literally that. It's an 18k on the 6th attack, and that's it. It can be a booster. No, it can't be. It's literally an 18k. That's it. We're overcomplicating a simple card.
Yes.
Okay, let's end this whole thing here, because that has been it for that week's leaks. But before we move to the next section, if you're interested in picking up any of the cards we just mentioned, go check out Triple Sleeve TCG.
They got great deals on singles, coin slips, and even cases, so go check out their website.
Link will be in the description. All right. With that being said, the news section of this part of the video is not as big as last week, because last week we had the PV to look at and other shit. But there is still some stuff to talk about.
I will say this before we move on to this. The cards that we're going to be talking about next week. Not only are we getting an Overlord card, we're getting the card to support Majesty.
You're right. Hold up. I got the whole thing here. I just forgot. Yes, thank you, Alex, for reminding me. Next week's leaks. For Tuesday, we are getting 2 new cards for Brandgate. We can kind of assume these are either going to be in the form of Bastion, so more snow support, or we just might see a Dragontree. Who knows?
Bastions in Brandgate?
No. Like Tuesday stream was Bastion support, a triple rare, 2 new cards.
Like Bastion. Oh, okay. No,
so again, Tuesday stream, 2 Brandgate cards. It can either be snow support, Gravidia support, or Fist support, honestly, or they could show a Dragontree for Brandgate.
Or more hero support or Wellstra support.
You're not wrong. The options are endless. But they're also going to be revealing the January event and promo cards. The January event meaning the Deer Days January. Yes, you heard me right. There's going to be a Deer Days January event.
Yeah.
As for the Thursday stream, not only are we going to get more information on promos, we're also revealing a Sanctuary Keter triple rare and double rare from Boost Set 9. I'm honestly willing to guess this is going to be the Dragontree stuff.
It could be. And if it's not the Dragontree stuff, it is probably going to be that fun looking Revolve form, that looking dragon.
Exactly.
And it's a support card that was also in the PV.
But we're also going to be seeing 2 strengthening cards for Majesty and Phantom Blaster from the Shop Tournament promo pack.
Which, if it's shop promo, that means we might be getting these in the booster boxes.
Correct.
Box toppers.
Now, I'm very much excited. I want to say this. I want to put this whole speculation and guess out there right now. I think for a while now, Tuesday streams are going to be main starter deck supports, while Thursday streams are going to show us Dragontree shit.
I can see that.
So I am putting my guess in that next week we're going to get some snow support on Tuesday and then see the Keter Dragontree support.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to say the same thing, but slightly different. I think we're going to see Welstra support on Tuesday and then Dragontree support Thursday.
There we go. Only a couple of days will tell. Literally tomorrow, more than likely, or 2 days technically. But with that being said, we're going to go to the news section. And there's one cool bit of news I do want to mention that I found out. So in Japan, this little nifty small tournament called Vanguard Deluxe happened. I kid, it's not small. It's actually really big. And we had a champion. And the championship team, if I can find the picture, is going to be up. I think it was Chronojet, Uveberg, and Monster Strike, which, lo and behold, the 3 decks that are super strong. But the fun part I do want to talk about is that the winners of the Vanguard Deluxe tournament in Japan, not only did they, win and basically won on a national average, if not on a world average, because that's the only time we have that set right now. They also got as prizes this stuff. And as if you can see it on screen, and the audio listeners, they got their logo on an overtrigger, playmats with their logos, t-shirts with their logos, and I think that's like a banner or something.
Yeah, like a Facebook banner, a social media banner, something like that.
By Bushiroad.
Yeah.
So that the winners got that, and I just feel like this is amazing and cool.
Bushiroad, if you ever decide you want to bring Deluxe to English,
please
do this.
That's basically the second point. Bring this in English. I don't know how you're going to logistically do this. Is it going to be by continent or not? But still, this would be awesome to have. So please bring it.
Like, dude, just imagine Toffee be like, official TDH from Bushiroad.
Dude, if they ever do bring it and that ever does happen, they're going to be so mad they have to put our logo on their cards.
I don't think they'll be mad. Just gonna be like, we got to do this, don't we?
All right. Speaking of more tournament stuff, at the time of recording this, as well as by the time this is probably posted, New York and the last BCS, I'm pretty sure, of this year has either been, is going on, or has concluded. Which means the BCS season is over and the only thing left is Worlds in January, which I'll see you guys there. With that being said, we haven't got any more announcements for Springfest or BRO. Hopefully there will be a BRO. But I do want to point out a very fun bit of news that I did see. And apparently for Worlds, Malaysia will be supporting and I believe sponsoring, don't quote me on that, their representatives that are going to BCS Worlds. Like the country is actually going to support the people going to BCS.
Ooh.
And I thought that was fucking awesome.
Dude, like,
if I manage to find the original tweet or the article or whatever, I will put it in the description below or in an info card right above my head. But that is just awesome to see.
That is.
All right. Last bit of news, or last piece of news to kind of warm my heart. More Messiah news. Now,
he's not ranting about it this time.
No, what now?
He's not ranting about it this time.
I will say, as much as I still hate the fact that the crest is a thing, and I honestly do believe the crest is going to make Messiah stupid broken just like Jet is, it's still Messiah. It's my baby. I love it to death, and I'm going to play it. And this gave me more incentive because they did show that the Stride deck set will be containing this little nifty Stride, and its Excelics Messiah is back.
Which gives us a lot of information because more than likely there's only 2 different strides in the G-Zone. Which means it's probably this, and if it's Excelics, it means it has to be Amnesty, more than likely for the other one.
So exactly, because Amnesty was the official first GR support Stride for Messiah in GR when it first came out. I also remember whenever I started a game, my first ever box I bought at the shop of Booster Set 3, I pulled the GR Messiah. So that thing has a fucking memory in my head. And Excelics was in set 5, if I'm not wrong, as a support card that you had to have an Amnesty flipped over, and then it did extra stuff in it, yada yada yada. So them showing the fact that Excelics is in here and not Amnesty either confirms that Amnesty is the second card, or they're doing a very bold move. Because honestly, I feel like a lot of people, myself included, would love to see Amnesty as the actual card being revealed.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Excelics is still cool and all, but Amnesty has more, oomph. Like it is the next stage of Messiah.
And just think, if the Vanguard wasn't already hard enough to guard and jet, just imagine a crit on it with even more dumb stuff.
Oh, hold up. We're not speculating what the effect does. Yes, Originals Excelics did gain a crit, so did Amnesty. But hey, now, hold up. It also retired your locked stuff, so maybe your stuff's not going to get bound, so be happy.
We'll see.
But overall, we're still going to get slow information on this. I can't wait to actually see what the deck does and so forth. But with that being said, that's been it for the news section, so that has been it for this video. We're going to slowly end it here unless Alice has anything else to add.
Nope. I think that's it.
There we go. So we're going to end this episode here. Thank you everybody so much for watching episode 155 of VTime, or listening in, honestly. If you liked the episode, please like, share with your friends, comment down below what you think about Amnesty, the Dragontrees, or anything else we talked about. But with that being said, if you like what we do here, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell to get notified. Maybe even follow us on Twitter. Join us at Discord, like I said, Facebook. Watch us over here at YouTube, or maybe even listen to us at Apple Podcasts or Spotify. But with all that being said, I've been Philip.
And this is Alex.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Woo! Did we ever do a second slap bet?
No.
We didn't make a future slap bet, did we?
No, we didn't.
Okay, good. Because I'm glad we didn't make one right now for the whole next week's leaks.
Oh, God.